a bit of an impromptu video today, and it came about because I did a session about an hour ago for a client, and part of the information that came up in it, I can see that it relates to everybody. In some way, shape or form, it will relate to everybody. And the concept of it, the idea of it, seems to be a really big factor for people right now. And rather than turning it into an article, say a From Your Table article, I decided that I just wanted to talk about it right now while I had the chance, because I was just doing lunch break. It's this idea of cleaning house. So your body is a house. It houses you. And quite often, to help the body clean house, so to be able to cleanse itself, purge, to be able to offload old stresses and things that you've been through, a lot of the time it actually requires an external purge as well. They mirror one another. There is no difference between the two, really. And one thing that I've noticed, hey Erina, one thing that I've noticed myself, I would say in the past 2 to 3 months, is this enormous desire to go through radical change. It's almost like it's happening despite me. Have you ever found that you feel like there's change happening within you, around you, whether it be to your career or where you live or the way you feel about things, and it's like you just need to show up and go on that ride. And the more present you are to that, the more aware you are of that, and the more you just sort of jump in and say, all right, I'm committed to this and I'm on the journey, I'll go along with this and see where it takes me, then the easier that unflows as well. So the things that have been happening for me is me looking at all my systems in business and knowing that I need to streamline all my systems. I need to automate a lot of my systems. I need to get somebody in to help me condense things and to take away all those things that are time consuming for me, so I can put myself into things that I love even more, so I can develop things for you guys, so that I can fit more sessions in, so I can do more group work, so that I can help and assist in other areas of my life that I show up in, because I'm president of the Australian Body Talk Association, so I want to dedicate a lot of time to other ventures in that area as well. So I have this very big urge to clean things up in and around my life. And that shows up for me like reorganizing complete sections of my house. That looks like me rolling out rolls of butcher paper and writing down all my business processes that I've got going on and what I can funnel into and condense into something to make it easier for myself or easier for clients to be able to navigate, or students to be able to navigate. It looks like me reassessing my entire business protocol and figuring out how I can do things in a better way. It involves me doing an internal cleanse. So I've made some really big, I suppose big, yeah, for me they are big, decisions to make some changes around what I put into my body. And I think that looks like it's going to be for about the next 8 to 10 months. So it's not something that I'm attaching myself to. It's not something that I'm saying that is going to be me forever and that I'm going to hold it in place. I'm just saying that I can see that I need to adopt a particular way for a particular time of period. And so I'm going to go with that, and I'm going to show up and do that every single day until it just feels like I don't need to do it anymore, right? I have been unsubscribing from emails, complete email lists, like you wouldn't believe, right? So especially the ones where I'm getting like 5 emails a week, 7 emails a week, 15 emails a week. Seriously. Unsubscribing. On Facebook, I am unfollowing, I am unfriending, I am removing myself off pages that talk about lack of, that talk down to people, that degrade other people. I am unfollowing anybody and every page that does not bring me pleasure. It does not bring me joy. It does not soothe my soul. It does not fill me with bliss or excitement. It does not add value to my life. And so this session that I just did for somebody, a huge part of the session, in amongst a whole bunch of other stuff, a huge part of that session was your immune system and your microbes are so compromised because your boundaries are so fragmented that you've just allowed and held space for pretty much anything and everything. So I don't know if you have ever, I'll put my hand up to this, if you've ever found yourself in the situation in the past where you have been listening to a conversation. So it might be with a colleague or a group of people at a sporting event, or it might even be with a friend, and they have been talking about something, expressing an opinion, really verbalizing very strongly a belief that they have. And have you ever found yourself sitting there thinking, I completely do not agree with this. This is not my belief. I don't resonate with this. This doesn't make me feel good. I would give anything to not be talking about this. But have you ever found yourself sitting there and just agreeing with them or nodding, like that? Whereas none of it agrees with you whatsoever. It's this conditioning that we have that comes from, it shows up for a number of different reasons. It's not the same for everybody, but it looks the same. It looks like you sit there and you tolerate behaviours, you tolerate verbalization, you tolerate belief systems. And what I want to say about that is it doesn't make me right and them wrong. That's not it at all. I have different ways that I perceive life and different ways that I view things, and it's never going to always be in alignment with another person. But what I decided to do a long time ago was to remove myself from anything that didn't bring me enjoyment or bliss or give me purpose or bring happiness. If it was degrading, if it put somebody else down, if it was humiliating to another person, if it was blackmailing, if it was manipulating, if it was anything like that, if somebody was expressing a really strong opinion and I didn't agree with it, I just simply would remove myself from it. Just easily. It doesn't have to be mean. It doesn't have to come from any place other than gratitude and love and appreciation. Just to simply inside yourself say thank you to the person, but bow out. You can do that easily by saying, listen, this is just not where I'm at with this at the moment, and I'm just going to gracefully bow out of this conversation. I'll leave you to it. Or if it's a relationship that you find that you just don't gel with anymore, you can say to them, you know, that time has come where we're in different spaces. And it's in my best interest to be in a different space with other people, or however that shows up for you. As long as it's delivered from here, so you deliver it from the heart, from your gut, it's fine. Don't overthink it. So I just sort of want to throw it out there. It's a really great opportunity, especially for us that are living in the Southern Hemisphere, because we are very much in that energy at the moment, looking at our seasons that we're going into. We're really shifting through winter quite quickly, and then what automatically comes up is this process where we want to clean house. And sometimes people acknowledge that and they actually will go through and do that. Sometimes they don't, mainly because life's too busy or they don't really understand what's being asked of them. If they do that, they tend to do it more at a physical level, where they'll clean their cupboards out and so forth. And that's fantastic, that's great. But you really need to clean house completely from top to bottom, inside out. Assess things that are working for you, things that are not. Change them, make changes. If you're struggling with the change, ask for support. If it's something that you feel like is really stuck, if you're struggling with it, reach out to me. I'll help you with that, okay? So go through your emails, clean out your junk folder, clean out your spam folder. I do that every couple of days because of the amount of emails I receive. I'll go through every couple of days and I'll wipe out hundreds of emails, just hundreds. Remove yourself from anyone's field, from their space, whether it be on Facebook, whether it be a group of friends that you just need to step back out of for a little while. Remove yourself from it. Get back into following your gut instincts around what's right for you and how you need to do that, how you need to show up. Because if you are somebody who has worked with me, especially if you've worked with me extensively over the last little while, weeks, months, years, whether you be a client or a colleague or a student or all of the above, know this, because this has come up in multiple sessions now in the last few weeks. Because I am going through very, very significant change, and that's happening very, very rapidly. When I accept somebody into my matrix as a client or a student or a colleague or something, you come into my matrix, you join me. So you become part of my tribe and I become part of your tribe. And so what that means is that when I go through shifts and changes that are very, very significant, it has a ripple impact out to the matrix. And then quite often what happens is I'll have clients ringing me and they'll be wanting appointments and they'll be saying, I just feel like I need to go through change, or I feel like I'm stuck, or I feel like that I'm lost and I don't know what direction to go in, or I feel like I'm floundering. And all of that can be because of the changes that are going on within my matrix that I've set up. And that's where we need to support one another. So apart from getting a session from yourself, just recognizing that you're going through change, that then as a collective, the whole matrix, the whole village is going through change, is really, really important. Now, in saying that, what I've decided after doing today's session is that I'm going to do a group matrix session just for my tribe. It doesn't matter whether you are a current or an old client. It'll be for you. It doesn't matter whether you're a colleague that's worked with me or a student, everyone's going to be part of that. And I'm going to set it up on my website, and I will have a form that everyone can fill in to sign up for that. We're going to do that some point over the next couple of weeks. The reason for that is it's just to help support everyone, and it will help everyone to be able to shift through those changes more easily and effectively, and it will help people be able to identify the areas that need to be changed and perhaps sort out some direction stuff for them as well. Okay, so the biggest thing is clean house. Internally, externally, follow your intuition as to what you need to do and how you need to do it. And if you're struggling with that at all, if you don't understand it, if you know you're stuck but you don't know the reasons for it, get in contact. We'll do a session and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, I'm going to get going and I've got another session to do. Thanks for being with me. Bye.